Okay, we're going to go over the key to the solutions review. We're going to start with number 1. Your exam is tomorrow. If the amount of a solute present in a solution at any given temperature is less than the maximum amount that can dissolve at that temperature, the solution is said to be unsaturated. The best way to think of supersaturated, saturated, and unsaturated is like if you make a spill and you're picking it up with a paper towel. Okay, if the paper towel can still absorb some liquid, it's unsaturated. Okay, when something is saturated, it's full already. It cannot absorb it unless you manipulate it in some way. And when we're talking about solutions, you can add heat. When you add heat, you can force a little bit more to go into the solution. That's supersaturated. So number 2, if the amount of dissolved solute in a solution at a given temperature is greater than the amount that can permanently remain in a solution, it's said to be saturated. Oh, it says greater, supersaturated. Number 3, what is the concentration? Okay, so for these, you use this formula. So let's see, M1V1 and a concentration of 2. This is going to be my B1, B2, and this will be my 0.02 is going to be my M2. So I'm going to plug everything in. So M1 I don't have. To solve for this, it's 4 times 0.02. Air. 0.08. Okay, so then you just divide this side by 0.08. M1 times 0.4 equals 0.08. Actually, by 0.4. Because you need to get rid of this 0.4. So it'll be M1 equals 0.08 divided by 0.4. 0.2 is what I get in the calculator. That's the correct answer. It's just manipulating a problem algebraically. Number 3, it looks like we're doing the same thing. Keep this capital M. I deleted it earlier. So it's still M1V1, M2V2. The molarity of a solution being prepared by diluting. So this is my V1, M1, and this is my V2. Let's put these milliliters to liters. 1, 2, 3. 0.04372 liters. 1, 2, 3. 0.500 liters. My M1, V1. I don't know. I'm going to multiply these two first. .0878. This is the closest. Does anyone have any questions on how to calculate the M1B1s? You'll be fine tomorrow. So, need help, Jacob? On number 5, how many moles are there? So this is the triangle. Moles goes on top. They gave us this and this. So here goes my 0.175. Turn this to liters. 0.5. So I just need to multiply those two. .0875. Number 6, you calculate it the same way. Your mole goes on top. It says it's 3 moles. 0.700 m goes here. Okay, we don't know what this is. That's what you're calculating, so it's just 3 divided by that. 4.28. This is the closest. Number 7, which of the following does not increase the rate of dissolving a solid in water? C, using larger pieces of a solid that does nothing to speed up the reaction. These other 3 options would help increase the rate of dissolving something. Number 8, what solution is the most concentrated? Okay, so you're really finding, M, because M equals concentration. Okay, so if you think back to the triangle, mole, M, L. And in all of these, it gives you the mole and the L. So you're just going to divide these 2 numbers in all of them. The correct answer is B, 7 moles of solute. So if I do 7 divided by 2, that's 3.5 M. If I do 2 divided by 1, this is 2 M. 3 divided by 2, 1.5 M, 1 M. So this has the highest concentration. Number 9, a substance that's not soluble in a polar solvent is nonpolar. According to the table at the right, how many grams of KClO3, so here's KClO3, just so I can locate it, would be required to make 100 milliliters of saturated solution of KClO3 at 90 degrees. So I'm looking for saturated at 90 degrees on that line. It's right here. As soon as you hit the line, it's saturated, which fell on 40. This is the gram side. Okay. 11. If 50 grams of sodium chloride are mixed with 100 grams of water at 90 degrees, is the solution unsaturated, saturated, or supersaturated? So 50 grams, look. So first I'm going to look for sodium chloride. Which is NaCl. Right there. It tells me it's at 50 degrees and 90. Yeah, 50 degrees and 90. So here's 50 and here's 90. So it's right above the line. Okay, it's above the yellow line. It's right there. So that is called supersaturated. As temperature increases, solubility usually increases. Have you ever noticed when you're mixing stuff, like it mixes together faster when it's warm, like in tea, hot tea will mix your sugar faster, along with salt. 14, A substance whose water solution conducts a current is considered a B electrolyte. That's what the video was talking about. 15. A strong electrolyte is one that ionizes completely in a solution. 16. In this apparatus, the seawater is an example of, it's going to be a strong electrolyte. Okay, because it says it's lighting the light bulb up. Anything that can conduct electricity is called an electrolyte. 17, because the structure of pure water is polar, it makes a good solvent. Water acts as a solvent of ionic compounds because water is polar. So key word here is water is polar. Water is polar. Number 19, when you see this one on the exam, okay, what's the giveaway to figure this one out? It says, in the reaction above, which is the precipitate? We said a precipitate is a solid. So when you see an S by any of the elements, that means it did not dissolve. If it says AQ, that means it's aqueous. So the correct answer is C. And on 20, you look at the star chart to see what's soluble or not, and the correct answer is B.